Okay, there we go.
I had the procedure 4 months ago and I'm down 62 pounds. I was pretty desperate at finding a solution that
It's a
was
bug, Lily. She's after a bug.
because I had struggled with my weight for so long. Initially, I had gastric bypass in 2002. I did try other means like Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig.
These connection ceremonies to try to speak with their own daughters. So when they heard that another girl asylum commitment, they spoke out and said Lorraine should not be development to the ground. Francie wasn't channeling spirit, and that she was seeing heaven and January 31st, 1878, Dr. Stevens visited the Venom home. They found at that point Rancy in a trance, hunched over by the stove like an old hag. She was bent in a strange position, and she remained eerily silent until all of a sudden she snapped up and told Dr. Stevens not to approach her. Angry, she called her father Old Black Dick, and she called her mother Old Granny, and she refused to allow anyone in the home to touch her. She was though eventually going to speak with Dr. Stevens. Rancy, in this trance, named Katrina Hogan, 60
Oh.
then she stated that she was a man named Willie Canning, a runaway who died after experiencing troubles. Dr. Stevens, playing along, asked the spirit or spirits why they were possessing Lorancy, and according to them, the reply was they simply wanted to. Now, eerily enough, displaying geographical knowledge, Lorancy, or the spirits within her, then questioned Dr.
Hey.
Stevens on his own life, and she appeared to know things that only the doctor
I'm using my other phone to do my live stream. I have to charge this up. This is the one I was on. So
would know. She
when I was live.
the North and South Poles, to different continents, islands, his habits like drinking or stealing, his church attendance routine, and his prayer schedule. Now,
I'm not. I'm just watching YouTube.
since Lorancy or the spirits wouldn't allow
I'm
him to
watching something called the Paranormal Profiles. The Paranormal Files. Is what it's called. If you're into paranormal stuff.
after 90 minutes of this bizarre spiritual
I
interrogation,
had to I had to end my other live stream so I could charge my
back
phone.
into the room, Dr. Stevens held Lorancy's hands and asked her questions directly.
I don't have a tripod, so I did have one, and it broke. So I'm kind of using something as a tripod for now, and I can't. And the way I got it, I had to I had to end the other live stream off this one because it needs to be charged.
by evil spirits like Katrina and Noah. Dr. Stevens suggested finding a positive spirit
I was
to
like,
possess
oh,
the Ramsey
great.
instead
When I'm
to
watching
prevent the
into
return of evil
something
energies. The
and I have
Ramsey
to
then
and I
began
have
to
to
name
charge my
deceased
phone.
persons unknown to her, but known to others who were present in the home, and even stated that the angels that were communicating with her preferred one spirit over all of them. The spirit of Mary Roth has to be Roth's daughter, who died when she was 19 years old. According to the Ramsey, Mary Roth was there, but she whispered into the Ramsey's body.
I'm married. Just so you know, let you know, I'm married. Oh my goodness. That's my husband in my profile picture.
Indiana, moved with her parents to Middleport at the age of just 6 months. And at just 1 year old, she suffered a violent fit. The doctors said she had little hope of surviving. Surprisingly, though, Mary Roth recovered from this fit after just a few days, appearing completely healthy and back to normal 2 weeks later. But the fits returned just 3 weeks later. These fits continued every 3 to 5 weeks until Mary was 10 years old. And then they intensified into clusters that would last days, always returning after a period of respite. Mary was told with constant fits, which left her unhappy and despondent, though otherwise normal, bright, musically inclined, and advanced education. At just 15 years old, Mary's parents, Anne and Massabine Roth, sought cures from specialists. And they even brought Mary to Peoria, Illinois, where she was put through a rigorous regimen of 15 months of hydrotherapy, a revived circulation to hope to cure mental conditions in the individuals undergoing the therapy. But despite all these efforts, Mary improved very little and continued to complain about headaches. At this point, they even tried using leeches, attaching them to Mary's temples to let blood, and they kept them as pets. But the bloodletting failed, and on July 16, 1864, at 19 years old, Mary Roth took her own arm in the family's garden and passed out from blood loss. Gaining consciousness in despair, she suddenly turned left and trainer. Mary almost died at this point, and according to the reports, she lost her sight, hearing, and feeling, yet she was able to perform some absolutely bizarre feats after this incident. She began to read blindfolded. She performed tasks like dressing or picking pins effortlessly. She even read an encyclopedia. Unrelated letters violently. Physicians that looked at Mary at this time called it catalepsy. The clergy called it a divine mystery. And editors tried to find explanations for how Mary was able to read things while she was blind, but they tried to explain and citizens themselves witnessed Mary's ability were actually covered in local newspapers at the time. However, Mary's pressure the Roth family to put Mary in asylum. And on July 5th, 1865, during a visit to Peoria, Mary suffered a fatal fit after eating breakfast, dying that morning at age 19 after a turbulent and bizarre life. So, as you can see, the Roth family already experienced something incredible. They had sought help from everybody, consulting with physicians, consulting with religious leaders, and no one could help them. And sadly, Mary had died when she was only 19 years old.
Have you ever heard of the paranormal file?
But then in the same town that they were
Good.
located in, another
If you like paranormal stuff,
and exhibiting the same symptoms.
that's something to watch.
To
If you like
in the
scary
Ramsey's case,
stories.
they felt like this could possibly be retribution for their own failings that they felt they had in Mary's case.
You know, I never believed in that kind of stuff until after my mom died. And when my mom passed away, right after that night before her funeral, I had an experience of my own. Yep. Of my great aunt. And she passed away in 2006. And, yeah. She came to me in my dream, Cause it's like we were like sitting at my mom's grave, and there was like a lot of flowers. It was like kind of like after the funeral, but and they laid out, usually they have all the decorations and flowers and all that laying on your grave, gravesite. Um, and that's what it was. And we were sitting there and we were talking, and I'm like, wait a minute there. I'm talking to my great aunt that's been dead for 14 years. Well, 13 and a half. It'll have been 14 in that December of that year. That'd be 2020, and she died 2006. So, and yeah, I was like sitting there having a conversation with her, like she never died. And then she told me, she said, she used to call me baby girl. And she said, baby girl, she said, everything's going to be all right. Your mom's is in a better place. And I woke up bawling my eyes out. And she was one of my favorite great aunts too. One of my favorites. And I can talk to her without even thinking about it.
And eerily, Dr. Stevens' suggestion that Lorancy allow a more positive spirit to the and Mary had died when Lorancy was only 3. Now, he shouted out, we're back in the room right now, and stated, Mary, you should come and possess Lorancy. That very next day.
Yeah, at first I didn't believe it, but when I had that experience, it changed me. Really, it changed me. Do I believe there's probably movement, living creatures on other planets? Maybe, but not what everybody thinks they are out to be look like. I mean, and then we could be wrong about that too. You don't really know. That's why America. That's why we're sending a space shuttle to the moon. We'll see if there's any. I mean, nobody from the U.S. has never been to the moon since the 70s. So, and we were in the van and listened to the radio, and they were talking about. I don't know if y'all were in here, any of y'all were in here, but they were talking about, or y'all heard about it. They launched the space shuttle off from Florida tonight. So.
Lorancy called them Ma and Nebby, which, eerily enough, was Mary Roth's childhood sister.
Yeah, he is. Well, I'm lucky too. We'll be married 16 years next month, 22nd. Yeah. I'd like to, I'd love to go to space. I always wanted to. What kid didn't want to go to space when they grew up?
It's been 15 years since you were married.
It'll be 16.
Next month.
Next month it'll be 16. Yep.
But still 15.
Yep. Oh, like that bug's gonna come down to you. There's a bug she's after. I don't. I turned 41 last month. No, I turned 41 in February. So, yep, I turned 41 in February. I'll tell you something funny. My grandma, my mom's mom, she had very dark brown hair, almost like almost black, but it was dark, very dark. Um, she had dark hair for the longest time. Her hair didn't start turning gray until she was like in her mid 70s, and everybody'd ask her, and she how old she is, and she would tell them, and they're like, "No way, you could be that old." Like, yep. And then all the stress she's been through, and she still didn't have no strand of gray head on patch of hair on her head. Well, hey, Bama. Thank you. Yeah, I turned 41 in February. I probably got gray hairs somewhere on this head of mine.
And reluctantly, Venom then released the Moranci to stay with the Rock in their house to see if he can help and sell the Rock on February.
Oh, well, yeah, but you still can go get your senior citizen and go play pool or bingo with the seniors at the senior citizens home. Damn it. He called me Stepstool's grandma. Well, I hate to say it, I mean, I'm old enough to actually be a grandma, but, you know. Because my dad's mom was this age actually when I was born. Well, she had my dad when she was 18. So, yeah, she had him young. I mean, she barely just turned legal age. And she, and she got pregnant with my dad. But she got married to my papa at 17 and had my dad at 18.
Look at that big old sexy runway leg. I'm gonna bite your toenail. I know you think I don't love you.
What?
Because I didn't give you that temptation.
Well, you old enough to be in grandpa too, so don't even go there.
How old is he now?
He said he's 14 years older than I am. So, let's see. He's only 6 years older than you are, so I'm making
60 something. Now, dang, buddy, you get to be old for it.
That'd make you 50, 55, 54,
Hell, I ain't far
55.
behind you.
Actually, they make you 54, 55.
Yeah. He's still old. He's old man, man.
He's 55. Look, he's 55.
Yeah.
Look. She's watching for that bug. There's a bug. She's after a bug. She's sitting there at it going, a minute ago, she's going, meow, meow. She's like, she's talking to it. Funny cat. Hilarious.
Before her death, remember, after she died, the Roths moved to that new house, but Ann Roth convinced Lorenzi that she knew Lorenzi was married to the Roths. At the current house, when Lorenzi was brought in, she greeted the Roths.
I gotta sneeze.
And this didn't end up being some sort of
She's wanting it so bad.
would end up staying at the Roths' and the entire time
There for a minute, I thought she had it, but she was playing with it a minute ago, and then it got away from her.
expressed publicly
Where'd it go?
Dr. Gillette upheld his catalepsy diagnosis and
Yeah.
continued to exhibit extremely unusual symptoms, like recognizing neighbors, calling them by their names. She could recognize her own family members, almost as if Ramsey had just met her own mom, dad, brothers, and sisters. Actually wrote a letter to Dr. Stevens stating that Ramsey had claimed that she was perfectly happy as being Mary Roth, knowing only things that Mary used to know, entering trances every other day. Interestingly, Morancy also recognized Mary's old possessions, like letters she had written, her old hat she used to wear all the time, and the piano that she had learned how to play during her own life. Lorenzi even attempted to play old songs that Mary had learned during her life, but when she was unsuccessful, she remarked that her fingers just wouldn't work right. So for a period of 5 months, at the end of the day, Lorenzi Venom resided with the Roth family, interacted with the Roths as if she were their daughter Mary, and claimed to be under a constant sort of possession by Mary's spirit. All these events were documented by Dr. Stevens, who labeled Lorenzi Venom the Watsiko Wonder. And her case has become a cornerstone of paranormal history, widely regarded by people across the spectrum as a singularly compelling instance of probable spiritual possession. You see, even to this day, there's no logical or scientific explanation that can fully explain how Lorenzi knew the things that she knew, the events of what exactly happened, and the story itself. Now, we're going to get into exactly what happened at the end of all this, what led to Lorenzi shedding this possession, alleged possession, and more details that are just mind-blowing. But I felt like we needed to get that kind of out of the way so you understand what the Watsiko Wonder is and was. It was a very well documented, very well chronicled case of spiritual possession. That's really hard to believe. I mean, it's some really mind-blowing stuff when you get into the actual, case file kind of details that were written down by Dr. Stevens. Now, Lorenzi did survive. Mary Roth's spirit left her. We're going to talk about that later in the video. But an interesting little thing is that later in life, when Lorenzi Venom got married and got pregnant, according to her, at one point towards the end of her pregnancy, Lorenzi Venom claimed that Mary Roth, after years, re-entered her body and was inside of her body when she gave birth to her child, which resulted in a painless childbirth. So, really, really interesting stuff. We're going to talk about all those specifics later. Keep in mind, I didn't know any of those particulars. Nobody in my family did. Those are kind of hard to track down details. I actually didn't know all that stuff until yesterday when I was writing the script and doing some research. Pretty crazy stuff. So, at this point in the video, we're going to hop to right when we got to the Roth house. So the house that we were investigating that evening was where Lorenzi Venom was held for that period of 15 weeks, 5 months, however long it was. Possessed by Mary Roth. The house itself was constructed by the Roth family to try to talk to their own daughter who had died, and they had all those seances and attempted to contact spirits in that house. So it's really like a house that was built by spiritualists for the purpose of spiritual connection. So it's a really, really special place, and it's really interesting. But we were joined by a very special guest that evening, Sean Austin. And without further ado, let's just get into this. This is one of the wildest videos that we've ever filmed. And you guys are really, I don't think, ready for what we're about to show you. All right, my name is Sean Austin. I'm a demonologist, paranormal researcher, and medium. Been investigating the paranormal for over 15 years. Never been to this place, never heard about it, and I'm anxious and excited to see what's going to go on tonight here at this interesting location. So, before we begin, I do want to say, he doesn't know any of the history. We just had dinner, and we went over the fact that he doesn't know anything about the house. So, when we go in, we're going to have to do a full read on the location and see what he's picking up on. And, yeah, we're just going to follow your lead. All right. And no, this is not a filter. It's really dreamy. All right, man. All right. So we just walk inside. Want to start here? Like, sure. Heard an old name, Patrice. Sounds like an old, unique, older woman's name. She's very caring. Seems definitely older. Someone's talking about something behind me. I don't know. It's referencing a picture that's here. There's also desperation here. Someone's asking for help. There's sadness. Very distraught. Very desperate female wants helping him. I'm seeing a rope. I don't know if it's a noose or what. It keeps saying behind me. I think there's a presence here kind of saying to me, what you gonna do? Kind of like trying to be dominant towards me. Feeling a little threatened, possibly. I think something's trying to... So yeah, let's jump up the stairs. Somebody said to me. Hard to breathe. It's like choking. Like, straight up. Very oppressive. I get super chills in here. Something saying to me, don't you dare. Don't you dare. In this room specifically? Yeah, I'm getting like straight up pressure in my chest. Like someone's standing on me. It's angry. Something saying to me, it's angry. You better not. You better not. Hamilton, Matthew, Sue. They're saying there's a witch spirit and she's strong. There's an intimate presence that's coming through here. I don't know if it's coming through a doorway here or if it's emanating from here.
Thank
but
you
I'm
for the
seeing,
forward
like,
line.
sharp, long in its mouth. Someone saying to me, it's dark, it's dark. Keeps on saying, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's reference to Elizabeth, something about say my children. They're scared. I just heard, don't you worry about it, I'll take care of him. I think they're referring to me. He thinks he's a priest. No, I don't. No, I don't, but because I'm praying. Okay, so I just felt burning on my back for a split second, right here. Something definitely just tried to scratch me. And I would only look if I really felt the burn for about 30, 60 seconds, but it was like about 3 seconds. Like a line of like pure heat on my back. I'm getting chilled. This is like intense in here. They don't want you here. Ooh, I feel like I'm surrounded.
rage, anger, saying my souls. They're my souls. There's a little boy spirit here too. He's got a darkish hair. He runs away when he gets scared. I'm thinking this is definitely a prevalent room in this house. There's something important about this room, for sure.
The face tracking keeps jumping off of this face. What's behind me?
Make on that.
Not doing it anymore. Maybe just let him keep talking. See what happens.
Because that's right the direction I felt the burning on my left shoulder. This is the room that started it all. Alright, let's change rooms. There's a lot in here. There's definitely a lot going on in this room in here. As soon as I walk in here, I feel like I saw like a noose again, like someone was telling me having to do with a male presence in here. Someone saying he's stuck here. He watches people when they sleep in here. Stands over the bed. He's looking at you now. They're saying they're closet. I don't know what it is about spirits and closets, but I mean, my interpretation is it's usually like the darkest place to watch from. There's a lot of energy in this room too. What is that? I don't know.
Yeah, it was like something like that.
Right, the mirror. I see a man holding his neck. There's someone holding a rosary in this room too, I'm seeing.
The answer you maybe? You guys slept in here, right? You never heard that.
I don't think this guy's a good guy at life. Getting that feeling like something about it.
We did not like that closet. Right? I came in here. Well, we first checked in here once. Something's strange from there. And I'm just like right now. Boy, just
Something about scratch, yeah. I'm not sure.
yeah, the goosebumps. Oh, yeah, I'm just like, look at that. Just feeling like my whole body is just. Wow.
There's something about scratching. I don't know if people get scratched in this room or something, but they mentioned. I just heard someone say the angels are with him. So I don't know if they're referring to me, like I'm being protected. Now it kind of makes me think of like the scratch marks. Now, typically, you know, if I feel like it's because I'm protected that I feel burning for a second and then it would stop because it's not capable of doing it. That's my at least perception on that. Something about this witch spirit. I think this witch spirit was invited in here. I'm not sure when or how, but this witch spirit is a dominant force here. That the spirits are telling me. The little boy is scared of the witch. Something with the hills too. I was just shown.
Well,
I feel like I just saw someone being held down in this bed, like on their shoulders or their neck or something. Like there's a violence, something going on. I'm wondering if the guy that's saying to me, "What you gonna do?" and like saying that to me, I feel like that could be the guy that's prominently in this room. And he's not a happy spirit. He's not nice. He's irritable. Definitely really kind of enraged. Doesn't like people in his space. Probably why he's feeling uncomfortable. I feel like it's gonna make you want to get out of my space. He's saying we shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You better be careful.
no.
Right before he came, when I went down the stairs, I was here and I was just kind of angry. Whenever I just threw the screwdriver kit at me, I just
say use the kit if you want. Sat down. I didn't really know why I was feeling that way, but I was laying down in here. It's almost like affecting me.
We were kind of wondering why you were so crabby.
Yeah, he came down and just threw the screwdriver at us, and we were like, "God, what's happening?" Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with him?
I was feeling like completely head and toe. I was like vibrating.
The funny thing with the influence, you makes him feel like he had that control in life and have that, channel through you, knowing that you're open and doing what you do and what we do with spirits. Is an opportunity to connect with you on that level. This guy's pacing in here. He doesn't like over here. Alright. See you keep moving. Feeling female energy, and I was just shown a knife and something about bloody something.
Ooh.
Sammy, don't you dare. I'm telling you, don't. Dogs. This woman here is telling me, please save me. He doesn't want her to get help.
What was that? Yeah.
There's like a tap in the hallway.
Is it the same man, you think?
I feel like he doesn't want her to go in. He said that.
I haven't heard.
If you don't want us to be here, make the loudest noise you possibly can. Comforted by me, she feels presence to me. Feel her like I'm getting like strider.
Did you see that? I should not. The lamp in that room just flickered like that.
Did you have video?
No, I literally just moved over to you, and it just, maybe if I'm seeing it, but it definitely went black right there in that doorway. So I'm assuming it was that lamp. Yo, that's crazy, dude. What are the odds, too, right when I turn my camera?
That's how it'll happen. So once you go.
That has not happened all day either.
Hey, be right, Mike. I'm gonna go ahead and put you on the floor. Real quick. Huh?
Yeah.
get them. Oh my goodness. I'm back. Waiting to put my pajamas on.
That has not happened all day either.
This woman had a child, I think. Seen her rocking like a baby. Sad in here. That type of heaviness rather than over there. It's more like anger and like a little creepy, like, like get out of my space. This is more emotional. Like guys, get out of here. Move. The closet. Someone's done something in the closet. Yeah, I don't know what that sounds. Yeah, the sound like behind I don't know if that went. It's probably just an honored adventure. I feel like this woman just said to me, the cross, hold it with you here. Hold it with you. Go downstairs, you'll see. There. Like with some stuff I said? Mm-hmm. Really? You know what this place reminds me of? Whispers Estate.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
There's a lot of people down here, and I can feel that same energy.
You hate to
where
pick
it's
it
just
up.
like, it's allowed here. There's doors that are being opened intentionally many times over. I feel like there's a portal in this room. It's a doorway, for sure. Spirits are coming in and out. Someone just said that I was watching creature from before. That's how they can see. Hey, peek in. Chills, man. Red glowing eyes. The circle. Seeing candles. Long, thin candles lit.
Oh,
Seeing like a woman's hands. This has got like
they must have been doing this on witch hour.
hefty
Which
stuff
witch
on the
hour is
fingers.
2 a.m.
I feel like this is witchcraft. Something's occult related going on. Someone said Lucifer tonight.
Ooh.
Something about a baby. Dude, there's something evil down here. For sure. It's filled with rage. It wants to harm everyone here. I'll destroy you. You're nothing. Now, the baby. Saying I'm right, the baby. Something about the baby. It's growling. Being told like the witch is like trying to plan or plot something. Being told that I threaten to disturb the energy that the witch has the ability to have here in the environment. It's almost like she's like a spider in a web who wants to control all the little connectivities and all the souls over here. It just doesn't like that. Doesn't like it at all because I'm vocalizing stuff that they want to keep dormant within the shadows so they can keep in their controllable state what is going on in here. I feel like I'm almost getting pushed out of here. It's like an energy. It's almost like they're really trying hard to get me out of here. They're really threatening I'm here because they know what I do all the time because I pray for spirits. I saw really quickly, visually, someone got injured in the head. I see like blood or something in the head. It looked like some sort of injury. I don't know. They're saying the creature wanders here. You better watch out. It's like something just touched me on my arm really quick. Like tap really quickly.
So cold on my legs. Camera keeps focusing on the little baby Jesus.
I mean, obviously it's like an interesting interpretation. It looks a little weird, to be honest with you. The baby's expression on the face doesn't the baby look very devious.
Yeah,
Totally looks devious.
that's what struck out. It's looking at us.
It's like Damien from The Omen.
The house that holds her hand and his long fingers.
Yeah, that is weird. That's really creepy. So, my experience with the spirits when I tell me any human spirits are out, they always refer to me a lot of the times. They say the enemy, or the enemy is near. And when they say the enemy to me, I perceive that as the enemy of man. And that is how I've connected the dots with that. Once they're saying it's close, it's nearby, something here. You feel like dizzy in here. It's like your equilibrium's off, and I think that's probably connected to some of the occult activities, more of the intention to connect to the spirit world and open doors. I give you my sign. A certain sign that I got a floor or something. It's usually my sign for some sort of portal as well. These rooms are definitely doorways. For sure. I'm seeing a woman look now. It looks creepy, like messed up. She has like white eyes and blood coming out of her mouth. I'm getting chills. It's doing like animalistic behavior, like, you know, almost like vampiric, like a vampire after they just took a bite of someone and just snarling, like they just enjoyed this animalistic meal, feed. It has to be so for any sort of energy to be there's rage and anger here, like something in here just wants to like knock everything over and like break everything. You know what's interesting, I noticed when I came down here, is that force of that man from upstairs, I don't notice it now. It's like it stands off as soon as you come over this side of the house, because I think he's apprehensive about what's over here. He knows he can't deal with what's over here. That's kind of like his space where it's more of that over there. This is more of the cold, witchy area of the house. Dangerous. They're saying some of the things that we've done here are dangerous. It's dangerous what they do. Watch out. They're looking for a way in. Like you said before, I think you got to be careful because I feel like it already feels here, some of the stuff here that has a little influence with you.
I'm just envisioning light around me right now.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling like I need to.
There's like a vision of like a woman clawing at the walls and she's trying to get out of a prison. Just moaning and groaning. Just saying, I'm forever broken. Infinite sorrow. That thing's so strange. Do you see this? That one's going like all directions.
But the AC's off.
Yeah, there's another female energy attached to this. It's just like a different, diversified layers of the paranormal energy. You got like the occult stuff, you got the emotional tragedy, suffering of human spirits, and it's a little bit of everything. Where else you go? There's hair.
Spider webs.
Oh. Yeah, I don't want that. I'll try to get some spider eggs in my back pocket. You keep walking or is that?
Yeah, no, I keep on. Oh, you go first?
Yeah, I need that light.
Connor's room, but the room that I was in all day, I don't have anything from that room at all.
No, the first room we started in.
I feel like there's been some flipping going on. I'm saying they beat me. They're saying, tell me there's a portal down here too. It's right there. They feel like it's like a brief screaming or something. I heard a bang.
I heard a bang.
Yeah, I heard like a voice that almost sounded like a distant scream to me.
There's definitely a tap that I heard from behind you guys.
So I'm being told the witch is here. I feel like this might be an area she likes to hide in. I feel like Ouija board's been played down here. Did you hear that? It sounded like a growl or something behind me.
There's another movement back there.
I heard that.
Fireworks.
Oh. You think you know? Someone's holding their stomach. Like they're in there or something. I feel that little boy spirit down here too. I think he likes to pee.
I'm watching. It's called The Paranormal Files,
I'm starting to hear that guy again. He's
and
like,
that's what I've been.
you gonna do?
That's what
What
I'm
you
watching.
gonna do? Just watch your step. I think I was just showing the stairs.
I'm trying to get some watch hours in
They're
too
trying to push me down the
tonight.
stairs.
This week.
Saying there's secrets here. Little kids asking if we can play. Now I'm getting cold like that, right?
So welcome in, Antonio.
Weirdly enough, when you
But
said that,
usually I do whatever. I do a little cleaning on on my live streams and cooking, and family things. I mean, I don't have a topic that we do really do on here, but cooking, cleaning, you know, enjoying day, night times. My son's in the bed and just me and my husband just relaxing. And but this summer we'll do a lot more.
John, go ahead.
So
Somebody touched my leg. Yeah, I definitely feel like someone's behind me.
He just went. He was looking at the floor.
oh,
I just got straight up like cold. Yeah, do you feel that? Do you want to see if you can put your hair?
Someone's breathing on my neck right now.
It's just like it's a little cold over here, like behind me.
Oh, dude, right here, yeah. Literally right here, actually,
It's like
dude.
rough. I've been here for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's right here. Like, I can feel this on my legs right
You
here.
put your hand over here, it hits. Like,
Oh, dude, that's 100%.
oh, yeah.
yeah, welcome to the. And thank y'all for the 6 5.
No, I heard.
I don't feel that like same intoxicating feeling like you do in those or up here or there, but there's definitely things that went on down here, I believe, that weren't good. Definitely some things that weren't good down here. Those old times and things like that, I think there was some bad stuff going on in that subject. Jesus.
No wonder. Sorry.
What's that?
It's right behind me.
Like a little tapping.
I hated this room so.
How would you do that? There's not as much down here though, compared to up there. I feel with some hefty emotional distress and bad stuff that went down here, but not as much as the first and second floor. But I do feel like that witch hangs out down here because it's the darkest place. It's kind of like the principal behind hanging out in the closet. I'm just getting more of a cold breeze again. Like right here.
Ooh.
Alright. Is that pretty much it?
That's it?
Was there anything in the kitchen?
Did we do this yet?
You can go walk up there real quick.
I feel like somebody may have hit their head in here.
Weirdly enough, right where you stood just now, you're perfectly framed so there's like a halo above your head.
Oh wow. Oh wow. I'll take a halo and I'll protect it. You know, I'm actually being told that there could be something underneath this floor. I don't know what it is. Something that may have been intentionally hidden.
Should not be across. Yes. That's what I was wondering.
Oh. I was just showing like a key. It looked like an old key. Almost like gold. There's a lot of interaction between this man and this area here. There's a lot of that going on. Say he tore me up. She's really hanging on to me. You'll help me. Peace. I want peace. She's like shaking out. I want peace. Did you hear that?
Over here.
That sounded like it was upstairs.
Yeah, I heard that out from up here.
You guys are sleeping here tonight?
Yeah.
Check that room, our bedroom. And then opening the closet door, just, oh my gosh. Again, I just talking about it.
So decided to cook your dog.
Oh no. I've done this a zillion times, but
Well, like I said, it's all about validation, you know? So, I mean, I feel like it's a piece of equipment, and I consider myself my own piece of equipment, and I'm looking to validate myself and have all the stuff in hand. Realize that answer that notion. You know? I think they were fighting.
what's that? That little crackling? Over here.
That sounded like the footstep just happened. You hear that creak?
Yeah.
It was just a little creak in the stairs right there. So in here, it's very connected to the male and the female a lot here. I think that's kind of like the prevalent. Is it you or?
Yeah, for me, shit.
Okay. I think that's what's really connected most likely in this kitchen. For the most, what I'm tapping into is the interactions between the woman and this man. All right. Yeah.
Well, it's also kind of peculiar saying that, like, you felt like they were fighting a lot in here. And, like, right where he's sitting is, like, right where you were getting angry.
Yeah, I don't know what came over me actually, because you were asking for like a screwdriver. Where is that thing again? Right here. Here. And I don't know. I came and grabbed it, and I came over here, and I just said, here, just use it. Use it if you want to. And then I walked back to that main room, right, and sat down, and I was just working, sitting on my phone, like, kind of even thinking, like, what did I just do? Yeah. Like, I didn't really understand what I was doing. Kind of strange.
And that's where you were sitting when
Where are you
were asked-
going?
You don't remember the first part of the interview, too.
Yeah.
Is this something that's been like increasing over time, something that you've been doing with the paranormal, or is it something just recent?
No, I don't really think so. I mean, I've had cases, of it. I mean, I'm angry, has been a theme of mine.
No, I mean like losing track of time.
I can't really think of it. I mean, this time seemed like the real one that really stood out to me. Like,
So here's where you feel like you actually were losing some time, like not remembering.
I don't remember that room. It's like we skipped over it,
I think he's connected to you because of your anger issues, because that's why he's relating to you. So he's vicariously trying to connect with you so he can feel like he's still alive as a human.
Well, I mean, this doesn't matter. I mean, I actually am in counseling for anger management, but I'm not over it. It's just more like I'm frustrated, blah, blah, blah.
I know that. They see it on your aura. I believe the spirits all know all of our intentions. I think there's a colorization to our aura that vocalizes some sort of notion of what kind of emotional status we are as a person and the soul within the physical vessel. And that's why some of them will be opportunistic and connect with you, because they feel like, that energy had anger issues, and it feels like it can connect with you and get you into that state a lot easier than your average person, because they already know you're in she did that. Smells it on you, kind of like a blood to a shark or a fish kind of flapping in the water, signaling its prey.
It's weird. It's interesting. I feel like when we went to dinner, you were fine, and then it was like you just were really angry. Like just now, when I came in, you came in and did that, and said some little comment to us, and I was like, you know, you left the room, and we were kind of like, what's that? Yeah, I even knew that when I went and sat down, like, what was that? You just threw that, and we kind of looked at each other like, mine's not, like being violent or anything like that. Mine's just more like, yeah, and like these things,
That's what they do. They can take something a little tiny, a little spark, and basically throw gasoline on that fire subconsciously to the point where you will actually act out more than you would averagely do. That's what they do. They amplify any sort of negative emotion a human being can have. Anger, sadness, depression.
so we have very, very minimal knowledge about this house. We haven't done our tour yet. I've never watched any media about this house. I've only read like a Wikipedia page for the possession case that happened here. But I spoke with the owner on FaceTime yesterday, and he kind of walked me through the house. He said that in that corner of the basin that we were in, he said that's where things get weird. And he said there are urban legends online about something that lives down there. So I didn't even look it up, so I don't know what those are.
It's funny because I didn't say it, but I heard somebody say the corner to me.
Really? Yeah. He took me down there on FaceTime, and then that room upstairs where he said like this is where it all started. That's where the girl who was possessed was living for 100 days, and we were performing those things on her was in that room. So in every single thing in that room specifically that you said, it was like, oh. We were all peeking at each other behind our cameras like,
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I know nothing about this house. I never even heard about this house until you were like, "You ever heard about this?" I didn't know that thing. Yeah, but to even, be in the exact room to know that's where the took, because I was saying you battled with good versus evil.
yeah. And there specifically, it's a very unassuming. It doesn't even look like a bedroom. What was that? Yeah. There's some more footboard. What's that? Anyways, but all the other stuff, I have no clue. So I think that's what we're going to find out tomorrow because he's coming to do the tour in the morning. I will say though, it's strange getting like kids' toys and nooses. I don't know if this has any relation to what you're getting, but when we got here, I've been working on a different non-paranormal thing, a true crime case, and I FOIA'd, like Freedom of Information Act, requested documents from the Seattle Police Department, and they sent me this huge document, not yesterday, but the day before. And last night I was up for about 4 hours reading about it in my bedroom up there. And they're all crime scene photos that were uncovered in this house with hundreds of nooses. And I typed out an email to this guy who I know who's an occult specialist, and I sent him like pictures of the nooses and said, what does this mean? So like I was thinking about like nooses for hours last night. I can actually, just to show you, it's kind of bizarre. Here's the message I sent him yesterday. I'm talking about, here's some of the rope that I sent him. Oh wow. You can see, it's like these are actual like nooses that this person tied to his ceiling. Creepy. Something true. If you want to get a shot of this. But I sent these yesterday to, if you could help me. So it was like my whole message was about nooses. So I don't know if I would have left some sort of mark, but that's pretty weird. And the kids' toys, he said too. There's a ton of photographs of children's toys that I included screenshots that they found.
It totally could be. We get information like that. You want to make sure it's prevalent, but it's almost like you're like on a dating app or something. You're swiping left and right. You want to make sure it's like okay. You want to make sure it's not coming from your mind. That's why it's so.
Oh, you're not gonna finish playing Fortnite?
Because as soon as your rational mind knows any information,
that you said you're gonna play it till midnight.
Get any information from the spirit world genuinely. So yeah, it's definitely feasible for sure.
Well, I think at this point,
start the investigation.
Sounds good.
You ready?
This place is interesting, man. There's definitely a lot going on here.
Yeah, so something that we're doing tonight, I don't think we've even said it on camera yet, is just come over here. Everybody come over here. So, what I want to do to start is, I want to start in here. So it's weird that you said this is one of the portal vortex rooms. I'd like for us to do like a typical, almost seance, sitting around this table, all these candles, calling the energies in. And I don't know if you have a procedure that you would do for something like that.
How about I watch from the outskirts and I'll tell you like if something's happening.
Okay.
I just don't want to put my, self in that
Yeah.
situation.
So we got,
And actually what I could do is I'll have like an EP recorder and I can leave on the SPI and see if there's something that connects while you guys are saying something. You might get like a voice or something that's intelligently connecting to your intention.
dude, yeah. It's weird. I didn't know the history of this house, but I bought this kit just for this video. So this is a custom-made ghost hunting kind of exorcism-esque kit to use that I want to use in this home. So you've got candles, an old gas lamp, tarot cards, holy water, obviously a crucifix and everything, the like, a pendulum, a little scrying mirror, a Bible. I wanted to just do a video that's less like ITC devices and more just how they would have back then to see if we could,
Yeah, it's super cool. And without a trigger item, really.
exactly.
Considering, what went on here.
Well, let's turn the lights out.
Awesome, man.
You're seeking $250,000 for 2.5% of my company's shares. If you know me, you know I love soccer. And I've lived it my whole life, and I was actually pretty good at it too.
So, our plan for this evening is pretty different. So, like I showed before in that last shot with Sean, we have this custom-made, essentially Victorian era ghost hunting kit with a lot of old school divination tools. And we're gonna try and contact the spirits here in a completely new and different way. I know that I said we weren't gonna do devices, but I figured that we might as well just put some REM pods out just to see if we can capture.
So like I said, everybody's getting those
But
today.
other than that, Sean is gonna be We're just gonna go completely old school
I'm pretty
tonight.
sure
So
we're all
let's see what's in here that we can use.
I told you probably Friday.
Yeah.
Should we use the pendulum? I don't know. Let's talk about all these up there. There's an old thermometer. There's some tarot cards. Do you know how to read tarot cards? I have no idea. So I think those are kind of useless.
We can always draw. Should we just draw one and look it up and see what it means?
I've done a little bit of tarot. That's just a random picture. Here. Sean, do you want one? Did you hear that? Yes, it was like yes, over there. Dude, I was freaking as hell. The four pentacles saying about possessiveness and control.
I'm going to fast forward to a very important aspect. We have 14,000 people who are playing regularly. We will do 15,000 street lotteries this year, and we're beginning the next phase of what we're doing. What's the next phase? The next phase is...
We can get stuff together. King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles.
Stability
Harmony, growth, success, practicality, generosity, strong sense of responsibility, king and what of typical? Grounded, practical, reliable individual, methodical approach to getting the goals. There you go. What you got?
I had a cracking injury at 14 years old when I was playing with the other gals.
Find that now. Where are you going?
With things I really struggled with.
Did you see that? Yeah. Jesus, man, that came out of nowhere. What you call it?
Galaxy in New York. That was a 15-year television career. But Tracy was my accidental entrepreneur path.
Spiritual wisdom and guidance, challenging authority. By the way, this is not how you're supposed to read cards, but I think what we're doing here, or what my thinking is that back in the 1800s, or early 1900s really, when they were doing experiments in this house and trying to contact spirits, they probably would have been using methods similar to this. Maybe doing tarot readings, I don't know exactly, but hopefully just by doing this act, some sort of energy will see that we're doing this and want to come join.
Two of Pentacles.
Balance, adaptability, navigating change. You can adjust to challenging situations and manage multiple demands. So I got the Ace of Wands. New beginnings, creativity, and potential. Action and passion. Wow.
I was just told that we're going to go help somebody tonight. I'm going to say a prayer for them.
Actually did. I think we're really starting to go off of it. I guess let's just do what we normally do. If you feel something, feel free to say it.
Do you want like a recorded EVP and like I have it, I'll ask a question and pass it to the next person and see if it answers each one of us, go around the table. We're here at this table here. What is going on in this room?
Sponsor of U.S. Soccer.
Is there anyone here that practices witchcraft?
Can you give me the name of someone that's here?
Why is the man upstairs so upset?
I mean, you're very, very enthusiastic. I like the little tease at night.
I woke up this morning feeling very sick. Was that someone affecting me?
See if we got them. But there were like 3 distinct tasks behind me. We didn't hear that the entire time. So it was David.
Randy Connor asked about being sick, that someone walked up behind him.
And we all heard that man like grunts that was in that room.
Yeah.
Now here's the interesting thing: if we don't hear it on that, and we actually heard with ears, I would define that definitely as paranormal because there's no way this would pick up that voice, but we would hear it. That'd be interesting if it was there. All right, let's see if it goes on. Take you like. Does it take you like?
You're trying to take one of us?
See what it's doing is because it's trying to interpret words. So it might say a word it thinks it's saying that's similar in nature, but that's why you know it's working because it's trying to interpret any words that can't be. See, when I'm speaking right now, it's canceling out our voice frequency. It's only looking for words that cannot be us speaking. So sometimes it will be a sentence that doesn't exactly make sense. Would you? I keep feeling like somebody's watching us somehow. Keep looking. What was that?
Jeez.
That was almost there.
Yeah.
You can come in here. Come on down. Come sit at this chair right here.
Bugs? I know, dude.
What's the sweet?
We have a single bug. Look at this over there too.
I wish to present the importance
It almost sounds like it says Colin 8. Right? It says Collins.
It's getting closer. I gotta say, dude, there is a very evil vibe over here. I'm not comfortable.
It's over here too. We're being watched. They're all like peeking in.
Look! Don't kill him!
About 2 hours ago that a 7-year-old boy died tonight. This is video from that scene at Bruce Meisner Park in Hickory. Deputies were called out just before 7 o'clock. They got the child out of the water, but he was pronounced dead at the hospital. The sheriff's office is still investigating tonight.
I want to go live now to our second breaking news story. This scene in Gastonia where police say one person is dead, another hurt after a shooting. All of this unfolding.
They had a explosion happen at a house. I don't know if it was a house. It was in Claremont. It was at Claremont.
What more have you learned?
Man, it's so, the energy's so different, like tonight.
Last night, like,
I think it's, he's got a whole house.
Some of the activity that's going on behind me now, police have confirmed that 2 people have been shot.
Yeah.
One of them is dead. The other victim has been taken to the hospital. No word on his conditions. Police are in the early stages of the investigation. So right now they don't have anyone who is in custody. Now, most of the activity is taking place in the stairwell behind me. There are evidence markers on the second floor which will typically indicate short cases. It's in behind a little bit of humidity, Samoan style kind of humidity. Samoan style kind of humidity. Going to drive tomorrow. You will not need the radiator. You certainly will not need the jacket as we go down to 62. But as the day goes on Thursday, it's not going to be.
Some of you were warning me about the witch spirit here. Can you tell us more about that spirit? And is it watching us right now?
Oak is really ruling here right now, and even the mold, because that moisture content is starting to build up just a little bit.
Heard that bed?
Not really.
Some better rain
Not really.
Not really.
New on WSOC tonight, blast off.
To the little boy
NASA
that's here,
launching 4
you don't need to
astronauts
be
for the
afraid.
moon
We're
for
just
the
here to
first
talk to
time
you. Can
in
you come and tell
53
us
years.
your name? And what areas of the house do you like to play in the most?
And it was a moment that you saw live right here on Channel 9. Now we want to show you another live look from NASA inside the rocket. The astronauts will spend the next 4 days on a mission to propel space exploration forward.
And before that breaking news at the top of the show, our Glenn Counts sat down with a retired astronaut who says she hopes this is just the beginning.
In the house that we should be
3, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff.
With the roar of the Artemis engines, a new door of space exploration was opened tonight.
I was excited. I was in there cheering and screaming.
Joan Higginbotham was on a first-name basis with the crew. She is a retired astronaut living in Charlotte who spent more than 300 days in space.
I was almost in tears. I'm really happy for the crew. They've been training for about 3 years.
Higginbotham is hoping the launch will generate excitement in the public like those of the Apollo launches of old.
I hope we're back. I hope the 500,000 people who went to see the launch says that we're back.
Although there won't be
In the
a moon
middle of
landing
that
on this
section,
trip, part
it
of
was
the
not
goal is to
this.
eventually
In the
establish
middle,
a
right when
permanent
everyone
presence
heard
on the
something,
moon.
We're going to go
I
there,
got,
we're going
like,
to put
it
base
smelled
there,
like
we're going to use
blood.
that as the jumping
I've
off
never
point to
had
go
that
into
before.
deeper
It was
space,
like the
maybe
most
Mars.
metallic,
Higginbotham joined
like,
NASA in 1987 as
it
an
was just like
electrical
blood.
engineer
Like when
and
you taste
became an
blood in your
astronaut
mouth,
10
it
years
was that
later.
exact thing,
As a
but I
person of
smelled
color,
it.
she is
It was
excited
so
that two of
weird.
the crew members on
That
this
you're
trip
standing,
will
you're
be
sitting
making history as the
right in
first
the exact
African
area
American
where I'm standing
astronaut
and walking.
and woman
Got that
astronaut to
creepy
orbit the
woman
moon.
blood
It
coming
shows
out of my
girls
mouth.
and boys and girls of color that look. There are people that look like me that have done this incredible thing. And maybe I want to be an astronaut, but maybe I can do my incredible thing.
In North Charlotte, Glenn Counts, channeled by Eyewitness News.
President Donald Trump said earlier tonight that U.S. forces will, quote, finish the job in Iran within 2 to 3 weeks. He gave that timeline a little over about 2 hours ago in his first primetime speech since the war with Iran began more than a month ago. Trump suggested the U.S. was close to meeting its major military objectives. He did acknowledge rising oil prices and volatile financial markets, but he insists those will be temporary.
Developing now, homeowner says he was protecting his family when he shot at somebody he says broke in. You can see bullet holes in the wall. Police reports say this happened overnight in Charlotte along Glen Brook Road off Sugar Creek Road. The family says they woke up around 4:30 this morning to a loud banging. The homeowner told Channel 9 the suspect was maybe in the home for 10 seconds when they met him in the hallway and shot him. You don't know how many people it is. You don't know what their intentions are. You don't know anything. You just know somebody's breaking in. So all you can do at that moment is protect yourself. So I didn't have any hesitation. As soon as I knew someone was coming in, I just let it fire. I just let it go. Protect yourself, protect your family. That homeowner says he's not sure if he hit the suspect. He says the person ran off. We did reach out to CMPD to see if they could answer those questions.
A driver is now charged with misdemeanor death by vehicle in a crash that killed a little girl in North Charlotte. A hit.
That's class A right there.
What did you say happened on vacation? The weather was clear. I'm looking forward to getting along and breathing in some of this fine
I feel like I just saw someone being held down in his bed, like on their shoulders or their neck or something. Like there's a violent something going on.
I'm turning off my cell phone. I'm back in the office on Monday.
At the same time, Heather, you were the statistics.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. It was like a violent type of thing. That's clear. I don't know.
I had also, it's like a night stuck in my head.
When I had the blood, it was like that.
I had split my head kind of feeling for about like 10 seconds.
I thought I saw really quickly visually someone got injured in the head, see like blood or something in the head. It looked like some sort of injury. I don't know. Yeah.
Knox, dude. It's not like a little crack.
The butcher? I think he's dead.
Dude, I thought I. Did you feel that? Oh my God, it's a bug. Jesus, I thought it was a demon coming in here. Holy sh. I mean, that was knocking, dude.
Yeah.
That wasn't just like.
It seems like it's getting like more consistent too, because at first we had like these weird noises on the window, and then it's progressed from like the kitchen and then up above
For
us.
any other forms of hives, Rhapsody works fast. Plus,
The knock kind of the little last one time before. So everywhere.
I'm John Morgan, Oregon. When you use Uber or Lyft, you're taking a gamble. You have no idea who that driver is, or they're paying attention to their phone and not the road. In an Uber or Lyft accident, you can have a big case. We're gonna work.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I'm going to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more English than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come. For the best orthopedic care, you want Novant. Novant Health, best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
The pain was just excruciating. It would bring me to tears.
Running just means a lot to me. My feet just really, I was in pain.
And it hurt so terribly, my heels started like running like a T-Rex.
I couldn't continue. I needed to go to a good feet store.
And I'm greeted by this gal named Mercy. She said, just try them on.
I thought, oh my goodness, this is amazing.
Now that I have a good feet arch support, running is great.
This is the arch support for
I'm just telling you, I am grateful. I mean, it's real.
We claim to get with the free arch support fitting into the feet store. Good feet, good life.
At this point, I think we can only use sponsor. So this one's on the
You're welcome.
You already paid for a smart TV and Wi-Fi. The local news is on us. Just download Queen City News Plus to your smart TV. Stream your news for free.
Back here on CSL, back to Atlanta Braves trying to take 2 out of 3 from the Athletics. It was an early matinee game out there in the UCL. We're going to move into the second inning. Bases juice. Catcher Drake Baldwin. He stays red hot to begin his 2026 campaign. That base hit plays 2. That gives the Braves the lead over the A's. Close to the top of the fourth. Now the only blip from Chris Sale today came in the hands of Jalen Clears. He takes Sale deep to left. That was the only run of the day for the A's. Sale was actually dealing in this one with stillness on the hill today. Bottom of the same frame, one again. Baldwin doing damage. He knocks in 2.
What's in the cool whip bowl?
Yeah, he has been part of a full RBI day for the second
There's sausage patties.
Oh, good. Don't eat it. I'm gonna make it in the eggs.
There's 2 of them.
You hear it?
Yeah.
That's over. I'll cut it up little pieces.
There's,
It'll be good.
there's 2 of them.
I'll make it.
Well, as far as places to watch a sporting event, there are buildings that seat more and have better food.
In many ways, the biscuit is a bit obsolete, but as our Mike Lissette reports, it's far from irrelevant.
A
With
biscuit?
all due respect to Doc Brown, you don't need DeLorean to go back in time. Structure and everything, same as it was, built in 54 and occupied in 55. A lot has happened in the world since then, and yet somehow still standing is a true mainstay of the Queen City, the Bojangles Coliseum. Of course, back then, it was called something else.
Originally Charlotte Coliseum.
No, not the Coliseum the Hornets played in. This was the original, a place that has true staying power, even though all of its names haven't stuck. From the awesome
Independence Arena.
to the forgettable
Cricket Arena. From the cricket homecoming.
the building known as the Biscuit has always kept its rep as a place where the greats want to be.
Everybody from Billy Graham to Elvis.
Not to mention pro wrestling, the ACC tournament, hockey too. Heck, there was even a time where a legendary head basketball coach worked here.
I think it was 2 years, the Carolina Cobras. Cougars. Yeah, Larry Brown.
Basically, this was the place to be.
Charlotte, back in the day, this was the stop that a lot of promoters chose to make between Washington, D.C. and Atlanta.
Today it's still happening. Just on a much smaller scale. And while it's not as shiny as the newer 20,000-seat Spectrum Center in Uptown, there have been upgrades.
We finally replaced the wood seats. The wood seats, they have a lot of charm.
So does the rest of the Coliseum.
A lot of people have their first date here. They brought their children here as kids, and then the kids brought their children to events.
It keeps you coming back.
Not a bad seat in the house.
Because sometimes it lasts forever. You just want to be reminded of what was. Michael Sack, Carolina Sports Live.
Thanks, Mike. Now, the Checkers weren't playing at the Bow tonight. They were indeed playing to continue their last road swing of the regular season. We'll check in on the Checkers coming up when CSL returns game 2.
Carolina Sports Live is brought to you in part by Dependent Worthy One.
We're not going off half-cocked. The man is Dick.
I'm gonna have to kill you.
Jeez.
And other raptors aren't the only threat. Spring brings warmer weather and a chance to raise young. But nesting in the Badlands of South Dakota is as tough as it gets.
Come and worship Lucifer. That's what I hear.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's coming. That's what I hear.
To call.
I do appreciate like really dark roasted squash. I think that's one of the very best ways to bring out its flavor. I would have appreciated, however, if it was a little bit more cooked. Mine was just a touch underdone.
Tell me about your dish, Emily.
So it is a Three Sisters tartare. I did a
Oh,
soy
hell ain't
tartare
nothing there,
with
Dean.
chocolate sesame dressing.
God dang, boy.
And then I also shaved some
What the hell are
raw
y'all
pecan
eating,
squash
huh?
on top.
I would have liked less of the dressing underneath.
For me, I think the dressing was just a little bit too heavy on the sesame oil, and it kind of masked the flavor of both the corn and the squash.
All three dishes were delicious, but only two of you will be moving forward tonight.
Oh, my nose
And
itches.
the chef that had the least successful dish, for me, was Katie. Michael?
For me, the chef that had the least successful dish today was Emily.
Wiley.
For me, the chef that had the least successful dish today was Emily.
But we should ask.
I'm sorry, Emily. You served your final dish.
It is an honor to be chosen to be here. This sucks, but at least I showed my daughter that I did follow my dreams. Let's hang out, Edward.
Good luck to you, Emily.
Thank you, chef.
When you are amongst all these chefs, you have to step it up more. It's sad, but I'm also like so proud of myself because it's been like an emotional journey. This is not the last of me. I thought for a minute there it was just one more judge and I was going home. Oh man, I'm relieved. I mean, it was pretty close. I'll just say that. You're back.
There's 8.
I've had many highs and lows, admittedly a lot of lows, but we're down to 8 people and I'm still here. Silver lining all day, every day in this competition.
Nice work, 2-Edge Chefs.
Nice job, guys.
This is really starting to feel real now. We've passed the halfway point. I'm gonna take everything I've learned from the past weeks and apply it. I'm gonna win this. Look out.
Say good luck, chefs. Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
Carolina spring is here, and your WBTU First Alert Weather Team will keep you prepared with real-time alerts and hour-by-hour forecasts. Download the app today.
Spill out something?
Yeah.
Yeah, another kid's face that does not quite work.
Last time, I had it part of this. I will tell you what I thought I saw.
Only on Ring. AI3 for sharper designs, clearer hellos, and safer tomorrows. Protect your home like I do with rental vision 4K cameras and doorbells from Ring. Shop now at ring.com. 150 plus multivitamins are formulated for your overall health with nutrients that work great. So you're not just setting the pace, you're going to step ahead. Next time, slow down.
Well, I mean, that's just for me, and then strange or not.
Mocking us and what we're trying to do, communicate with you. If you want, make another loud noise in the house.
Next time on America's Got
You've seen
Giving out extra votes. Your commandment today is dessert.
I think that's ballsy. Pull your money. Choose a side.
Yeah.
Odin, if you're here, you would move this clockwise. If you're not here, then other space you can make some power.
Buy any large pizza at regular menu price. Get a large one-topping free. Carolina spring is here, and weather can change in a flash. From rising almond counts to sunny sports, your WBTU First Alert Weather Team keeps you prepared with real-time alerts and hour-by-hour forecasts. WBTU First Alert Weather. On your side, WBTU News starts
Right now.
She's asking questions, no questions in the circle.
I'm John Carter, and we're on start in Gastonia. That's where an apartment complex turned into a crime scene after at least one person was killed in a shooting. Now, this happened earlier this evening along Hine Way. That's right off East Hudson Boulevard, as you can see mapped out here in the southern part of town. And that's where we find WBTV's Dalford Jones, who's been gathering new details, and he's joining us now live from Gastonia.
So, Dalford, what do we know about the shooting, and is anyone in custody tonight?
The sad news tonight, the police on the scene confirmed with us that one person is dead, another is in the hospital. Javon, when it comes to who's responsible, they do not have a suspect as of news time. They're still in the very early stages of investigating and processing this crime scene since the neighbors called a little after 7:45 reporting hearing gunshots. We want to give you a look at the scene here. The crowd of onlookers has dissipated since we arrived around 9 o'clock tonight, but I want to direct your attention to the first apartment building to my left, up on the 3rd floor. That's where we saw crime scene investigators that draped that blanket over the railing there before we saw camera flashes.
Oh, wow.
We saw crime scene investigators on the 2nd floor with flashlights, and there we saw them place a couple of crime scene markers,
Yep.
as well as on the ground level with flashlights, searching for any detail that can help them figure out what unfolded here in Gastonia tonight. We're told by police that no word on a suspect, but this complex does have the several surveillance cameras, and they're hoping at least one of them can point them to who's responsible. Tonight, we're live in Gastonia. Alfred Jones, WBTV, on your side.
I don't know if the guy's still there. He might be.
We just learned a child drowned at a city park this evening. Sheriff's Office's deputies responded to Bruce Meisner Park in Hickory just before 7 tonight for a possible drowning. First responders recovered a 7-year-old child submerged in a body of water connected to that park. Crews took the young boy to the hospital where he was unfortunately pronounced dead. As of now, we don't know what led up to the drowning or the name of that child.
An update in another story we've been following out of Catawba County. Tonight, the Sheriff's Office is launching a criminal investigation into a home explosion. State Bureau of Investigation is stepping in after the fire marshal found explosive material inside the home. It happened this morning on Shook Road, which is just north of Claremont.
Oh my gosh.
Inside the home were injured.
Oh, that's Tony Shook.
Investigators said their 14-year-old daughter was able to escape without being hurt. Well, now
I've
the
been in
FBI,
that house
along with the Sheriff's Office and ATF, are working to figure out what caused the
Leslie
explosion.
Shook's
The president called for a primetime address to the nation in order to get an
I've been
update
in
on the ongoing
Oh, wow.
conflict in Iran. But the address left behind more questions than answers, especially after claiming Iran wanted a ceasefire just this afternoon.
We are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We are going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks.
And while speaking tonight, the president told Americans the fighting will soon be over, but didn't say specifically when. He announced that reopening the Strait of Hormuz, where millions of barrels of oil flows each day, is no longer necessary to end the fighting. He said Iran's military is nearly gone at this point. The president also addressed concerns over rising gas prices.
Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly.
The president called on other countries, especially those in NATO, to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz. He also said the allies need to build up some delayed courage.
Oh my
Now,
God.
earlier today, the president claimed Iran's new leader asked the U.S. for a ceasefire. But Iran quickly called the claim false and baseless, saying no negotiations are currently taking place.
Turning our attention now to your first alert forecast. Halfway through the week, we could really use some rain or showers across the WBTV metro.
Meteorologist Lisa Villegas is with us tonight. Lisa, what can you tell us?
So right now we are quiet, and yes, we could absolutely use more rain. The good news, we do have rain chances returning, and what's even better, the humidity is picking up, so that's going to help prevent the spread of wildfires, at least on a big level. Now, the even better news, we are going to get ready for some decent rain, and that's going to happen on Sunday. So Easter Sunday, getting ready for that first alert, but still just watching for maybe a half an inch of accumulation. We need lots of accumulation just to help us out with the drought, but at least it's something. Now, here's what we can expect heading out the door tomorrow morning. Temperatures upper 50s, low 60s. Nice mild start to our morning, and then later on in the afternoon, we quickly warm up. Just like today. Today we reached a high of 86 degrees. Tomorrow, 82 for that high. Partly cloudy skies overall. Fairly dry, but that stray shower possible late in the afternoon. Our mountain communities have the best shot of these showers and thunderstorms over the next several days. And for us, a little more isolated here in Charlotte. Overall mix of cloud cover, sunshine, 80s continuing, the humidity as well, and overnight lows in the 60s. Now, after we head into Sunday, this is when we get ready for those big changes. We're going to talk about what it is that's headed our way
next.
Lisa, thank you. Remember, you can always stay on top of the forecast. Just download the free WBTV First Alert Weather app. Search WBTV in your phone's app store and have those notifications turned on.
New tonight, federal funding from FEMA may now be distributed sooner. Just this evening, newly appointed Homeland Security Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen rescinded a rule that required any contract over $100,000 to be personally approved by his office. That rule was earlier established under former DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. Critics said that rule put large burdens on FEMA's work aiding disaster recovery. This marks the first major change made by Secretary Mullins. As of tonight, our western communities hit by Hurricane Helene are still waiting on $2 billion from FEMA appropriated by Congress.
New at 11, a Rock Hill business is suing Silfab Solar, claiming it didn't get paid for its work.
The Fort Mill solar plant has been at the center of multiple controversies, including 2 chemical spills earlier, or rather last month.
This new lawsuit was filed by Rock Hill Industrial Piping and Fabrication, INC. It says in September of last year, it performed work on piping in Silfab's building. On September 24th and December 18th, Rock Hill Industrial Piping and Fabrication says it sent Silfab 2 invoices for payment, but it says Silfab failed and refused to pay for the services. The company is now suing Silfab for $78,981 plus interest and fees. The lawsuit claims Silfab has not disputed the debt or the amount of money owed, but simply just refuses to pay. We've reached out to Silfab Solar for a statement on this new lawsuit. We're waiting to hear back.
New 11 new charges filed days after Charlotte-Mecklenburg police say a man fatally struck an 8-year-old girl who was riding her bike. Today, police said Khalil Burney is now charged with misdemeanor death by motor vehicle. That crash happened Saturday night in North Charlotte on Monmouth Drive. That's where officers found 3-year-old Naomi Summers in the road, severely injured. Well, she later died at the hospital. CMPD says Burney was driving on Monmouth Drive when Summers entered the road on her bike. The front of his vehicle struck the 8-year-old. Burney was initially charged with driving with a revoked license, no insurance, and having a fake registration. It's unclear why Burney was not initially charged in the child's death.
Addressed education, school choice. I'm very big on vocational, but I have the record to prove it.
I will go to every city and every county and make the case for why we need structural change all over this state.
We've reduced taxes by the largest margins in modern South Carolina history. We're using outdated, outmoded ways of tracking how we spend money, implementing how we do permit processes. It's because the legislature has too much power relative to the executive branch of government.
11 is the first time voters get to hear from several South Carolina Republican gubernatorial candidates on one stage.
But the debate wasn't exactly what many people may have expected it to be.
Yeah, 4 of the 7 candidates took part in the event, which was sponsored by the South Carolina GOP. It was carried live on WBTV.com.
WBTV's Daryl Green is down in Newberry, South Carolina tonight, explaining why this event felt more like a rally.
The first of 3 GOP gubernatorial debates in South Carolina now in the books. Tonight's affair here at the Newberry Opera House in Newberry, South Carolina, lasted for 1 hour. Candidates had 45 seconds each to state their case. Most of the several hundred people in attendance probably came here expecting fireworks, maybe even a few heated debate arguments. They didn't get that. In fact, there were several kumbaya moments where all of the candidates on stage, all 4, actually agreed on topics ranging from the economy in South Carolina to growth, taxation, including the abolishment of the income tax, and even the
You know, a lot of people had predictions that this was going to be like a fest, everybody was going to be out there just beating each other to pieces. That didn't happen. So I thought it was really good that we talked about actual issues. I think that helps the people of South Carolina.
You set your clock for 1 o'clock. And Kyle and see if it's on there. I doubt it'll be on night though.
No, I'd be surprised if it is.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it was. Maybe I don't think she's right there.
Oh my goodness. All right, everyone. I'm going to bed. Good night. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Take care. And see you in the next one.
We stayed up pretty late.
I'm sorry. I was fixed to go to bed. But everybody take care. And I'll see y'all down the road. Good night.
Then not sleep till don't let the book